All right, random fact about myself.
Yeah.
I speak French. Je parle français. So,
Ah, je m'appelle Nehemiah.
okay, je m'appelle
That's
Charmaine.
about all I got, Charmaine. I promise you. I ain't got much more. I got much more than that. But tell me something. Did you learn French basically from being in Canada? Because I know there's a lot of like French speakers up there.
Yeah. So my friends are laughing. They're like, Charmaine don't speak French that well. Listen, okay, yes. Hi, Marita. So I'm from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. So that's the first
Uh huh.
Canada that speaks French.
Uh huh.
Elementary school, we didn't really learn French that much, but like, because I went to like an English elementary school. But when I got to high school, I
Okay.
played basketball. Yeah, I'm 5'2.5", but I used to play basketball. Don't get it
Wow. Okay. Hey, you was
twisted.
nice cigar. I'm sure you were quick. I'm sure you were
Yeah,
quick, right?
honestly, like, I was a defender. That's how that's a good way of saying I didn't score much, but
Yeah.
them
Yeah. Yeah.
blocks,
Yeah.
them steals, them taps.
Yeah. 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 Cool.
But
Cool.
yeah, my teammates were like they were like Haitian, so they taught me how to speak French. So when I speak French, I sound a little ghetto. I'd be like, yo, check ça là, yo.
Yeah.
That's how I learned how to speak French.
Hood French. You got that hood French, right?
Yep.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, gets the job done. Well, y'all give us some hearts, give us some love. We'll go ahead and bring out a little bit of that hood French for us, straight from Canada.
Yeah.
She told us a little bit about you playing basketball too at 5'2".
I know. I was a two. I was a shooting guard.
You was a shooting guard. Okay, so you had a J. Did you have a J with your?
Yeah. Yep. That corner, like
That,
by the foul, the free throw line in the corner. That was my spot. That was my spot.
that was just fine. Well, of course you can tell us anything now. We have no way of proving it. Yeah, well, you can
Exactly.
tell us. You was,
Yo, I
you can
said
tell.
dunk on. I said dunk. What? Like, and it was like like the Space Jam. Jordan did that.
That was you. You used to
That
do
was
that.
me.
The stretch and everything.
He stole my spot.
Oh man, oh man. They need to have you in the Last Dance documentary right now.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Where your spot? That's what's up, man. That's what's up, though. Charmaine, I love your energy. Y'all give us some hearts. Give us some love for the energy. She is in the building. We got some of your family. Shout out to your family. Shout out to Vaughn. Shout out to everybody that's joined us. Shout out to people who join us on YouTube. And I told you we're going to be streaming this on YouTube simultaneously right now. So shout out to the YouTube community right now. All right, so tell us something, though. Like, your family is Guyanese. So even though you grew up in Canada, you have a lot of Caribbean influence in you, right?
Yes. So I guess like I said, I'm from Montreal. So shout out to my hood, little Burgundy, Burke. Stand up. I see you in the building.
All right, all right.
Right. But so like in Canada, like the difference between living in Canada and America is in Canada, like I feel like we let you keep your like heritage where you were before Canada. So like when I was in Canada and anyone asked me where I was from, I would say I'm from Guyana. Even though the first time I went there I was like 12 maybe, but I was like, oh, I'm Guyanese.
Yeah.
Guyana, and I was like, I'm Canadian.
They start talking to you. You're like, hold on, I don't know this. Yeah.
Like, no, I need electricity and running water. I'm sorry. I'm Canadian.
Hey, shout out to anybody from the Caribbean that's on the line right now. Much love to you. And the thing about Guyana I always thought was interesting, though. Oh, you got a flag. Represent.
Flag,
represent. Throw your flags in the chat if you're from the Caribbean or you're from any other country.
Yeah, all the countries in the chat.
I love it. So no, but tell me this though. That means that you know good food though, because I feel like Caribbean has like the best food on the planet for real.
Yeah.
So
I see a Trinity flag. No disrespect, but Guyana has the best roti and curry. Sorry.
Oh, you about to start a fight? Jamaica. You about to start a fight. We got people representing right here, man. We got to see represented. Listen, I'm just a black boy from the South, African American, no Caribbean heritage here. But I tell you something, roti, rice and peas, you know what I mean? Like plantain, whatever you want to do, like I'm down for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't really taste the difference, but I'm sure you all can kind of tell the difference between the flavors and all that.
Right. And my man is Jamaican, so like shout out to the Jamaicans on here.
Jamaican, okay. We got African Queen talking about got Trinidad and Jamaican flags showing love. Awesome. All right, so they came. How much time before you were born did they come? I guess migrate to Canada.
So my dad was here like in the 70s, so like way before I was born, and my mom My brother's actually born in Guyana, and we're only like 19 months apart. So like, I was like, as soon as my mom touched down in Canada, she was like, baby number 2.
Yeah. Wow. So you were like the first family member that was born in North America.
Not in North America, because I have some cousins that live in New York.
Okay.
New York, but I'm the first person in my whole family born in Canada. So like first generation Canadian, like in my whole family.
Wow. So that's interesting though, because you said when you were growing up, you used to claim Guyana, and then when you went there, you're like, oh no, I'm Canadian. But now though, you live in the United States. Well, first of all, I know you said you got family up here. Talk a little bit about your experiences growing up, like coming to the States. I understand you got folks in New York, if I'm not mistaken. Talk a little bit about that type of, like, how did that American fusion start to come into who you are as a person?
Oh my God. First of all, like, I love New York. Like, shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to my cousins in Brooklyn. What up, Donnell?
Brooklyn, stand up.
Tanisha, what up, Devon? Like, I love Brooklyn. Like, I used to literally spend my whole summers there. I would go to Brooklyn like 5 times a year. Like, almost every holiday. My mom was like, let's go. Oh, okay, Daddy, come get the baby. Thank you.
DJ said, I had enough of this, man. He said, I'm from Texas.
She ain't paying attention to me.
I know. I hear that.
Right. So like I said, I used to spend like a lot of time in Brooklyn, like Brownsville. Like I didn't even know it was the projects or like the hood like that until I got older. I was like, wait, it's kind of dangerous here. I love Brooklyn. So like in my mind, America was Brooklyn. Okay. So I used to be like, oh, I can't wait to move to America. Like I was going to move to America after I graduated high school. I never And then eventually when I got here to Texas, I was like, oh, this is nothing like Brooklyn. Like
where did this cow come from? Like, what are these cows doing? Like, I didn't know America.
I was like,
these grassy fields.
Cowboys? Why is there so much grass? Like
who boots? Like, who wears boots anymore? Like those type of boots, yeah.
In this heat.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because you had snow in Canada, you had snow in New York, and I'm sure you only went to Guyana probably like every now and then. How often did you go there?
I went to Guyana like every like 3-4 years. Like last time I went was probably like almost 4 years ago. So I'm
got you. But at least I had more of like a tropical feel. But when we went to Texas, it's just hot. It's just hot in Texas, am I right? Man. Yeah.
This is a different kind of heat. My mother comes here, she goes, I can't live here. I'm like, you're from Guyana. She goes, we got a cool breeze. This is like
I know, right? I feel you. So who was your like first influence though, talking about your STEM background though? Like, cause I've heard it all the time, right? When it comes to being the child of immigrants, I've always heard that like engineering is one of those top 3 careers that you're encouraged to go into. What made you get into that, and what were some of your early STEM influences growing up?
So honestly, to tell you the truth, anyone that knows me, like I always wanted to be a doctor growing up. Like I was gonna be a doctor. Like anytime you ask me, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a doctor. What kind of doctor? A pediatrician. Because I like kids.
You knew it.
But mind you, I was a kid myself. They're like, you like kids? You are a kid. I was like, well, I still like my brains. So I wanted to be a pediatrician. I was like, I'm gonna do it. I like, I was really smart growing up. I was kind of like a little rude, and I had like attitude, but I was also smart. Like, so they balanced out. They call me Pepper Sauce. Hey, look at me, Pepper Sauce. Yes.
Dr. Pepper Sauce. Dr. Pepper Sauce.
So I always knew. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a doctor. I'm gonna be a doctor. Got to college. Got to organic chemistry.
Ooh,
and I said, nah, this ain't for me.
Yo, what is it about that? Cause I'm an engineer, as you know, too. Like, and I took general chem, but everybody said when you get the organic chem, that's when it's like, oh, okay, this is for real.
That is the make or break class. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I like math growing up, because math, all you have to do is memorize the formula, understand the formula, apply that, bam, same thing. And one of my friends, what up, Coco? She's like,
Coco said, man,
college with me. She knows.
Oh, she know what's up.
Champlain days. I was like,
we're gonna hit different. Yeah.
I was like, my brain, because you have to memorize like the way, I don't even remember. You have to remember like the names of the organic. Is there any like like people that did good in OChem. Like I need to pick your brain to understand how you work, because my brain doesn't work like that. I cannot memorize all these bond names, and then there's always an exception. Oh, that's octane, or that's right. It's like this. So I'm like, but it had 8 bonds, so isn't it like whatever? They're like, no, because this is a special. I was like, no.
Oh man, I can't even help you there, because I promise you, General Chem was enough for me. What school did you go to though? What college did you go to?
So Quebec, so where I'm from, we have like a different schooling system. So elementary school is like pre-kindergarten to 6th grade, then high school 7th grade to 11th grade. Then we have this thing called college or CEGEP, which is 2 years or 3 years, and then you go to university. Okay,
so college and university aren't the same. They're definitely distinct.
Yes, there's a difference. Okay. So I went to college.
You went to college?
College, and then I went to Concordia University.
I know about Concordia, right? Okay. So I've heard of Concordia. Yeah. But was it? I guess it was college when you took organic chemistry, though. It was before you got your.
Exactly. Wow. So I was in health science, which is kind of like one of the, like, if you want to go to medical school or do anything like that, you have to take those courses. Yeah. So I was in health science. And I did the first organic chemistry, and I was like, nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I said, I'm like, what did I say? I said, I'm good in math still. Like, I like even calculus. And I like, what's it called? Physics, which I hated in high school, ironically, but I had a really good teacher, Dr. Kenton.
Okay. Shout out to him or her.
Shout out to Dr. Kenton. Oh, really, really.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I like physics. I was like, I like physics.
I can get down with this.
Let's just go to engineering.
So that's the crazy thing though, right? Because I've interviewed like I think 2 or 3 weeks ago somebody who also went all the way to med school and was like, you know what? I'm about to go and do engineering. And I'm listening to you though, because it's not like you like, oh man, I'm gonna go do something super easy. I'm gonna go, I don't know, take some art major or whatever, but like no disrespect art majors. But you were like, but no, you were like, I'm gonna go to engineering, which is also a challenging major. It's not like the easiest major. Which field of engineering did you go into?
So that's another thing. So my degree, I'm like, it's somewhere. Let me go get my degree real quick.
Oh, y'all, when she come back, y'all gotta give her some love, man. She's about to go get the degree in this spirit of graduation.
I know. So it's so random. So this is my. Can you see it?
Hey, look at that. Look at that. Y'all give her some love.
Right?
Dun, 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 dun.
That's my full name, Charmaine Christie-Primo. What?
Oh, that's yours. That's not forgery. That is not forgery.
Right. So my degree is actually in civil engineering with the option of construction engineering and management.
Hey, shout out to the civil engineers out here. You know, that's my degrees too, man. So we basically academic cousins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What up, cuz?
What up, Sip? Cuz? So you did that though, but you can't a job. When I read your bio, like it's interesting because you moved to Texas for a job at Microsoft, and Microsoft, as far as I know, because I checked when I was trying to get a job, they don't hire civil engineers. Well, at least civil engineering is not their main thing. How did you get into a job at Microsoft? Tell us that story.
God, like first and foremost, God.
Okay.
Because my story is so crazy.
Okay.
Dr. Willis, one of my friends, we love Dr. Willis. That was like my favorite teacher, and he was
Shout out to Dr. Willis.
Shout out to Dr. Willis.
Okay.
But so like I said, I was in civil engineering, so I was thinking that I was gonna become a civil engineer, become a project manager. I wanted to really do that. So I actually got an internship the summer, the summer right before like my senior year at Bechtel, Bechtel. So I was like, ooh, I'm like a foot in the door. I'm at Bechtel, but the job that they gave me as an intern was I was doing document control. So all I was doing was like scanning, like the
proofreading. You were proofreading?
No, not even proofreading. I was legit scanning them so that they're like the blueprints of the engineers.
Yeah.
Stay in it can be archived. That's what I was doing.
Wow.
And then when an engineer got audited for auditing purposes, I would have to print all all of their documents. So they used to call me the other interns, like the other civil engineering interns, like, aren't you a civil engineering student? Why are you in the file, like, your file?
Yeah.
Be mean to me, but you know me, I'm all positive. I was like, what? I get to do all the work.
I know.
I double check the engineering work.
I know. You missing out. You missing out on this work.
Right, you're just helping out on the project. I see it.
Yeah.
Doing stuff.
I dig it.
And I used to get there was different printers, like the A0 and the A1, and then there was it was on pink paper, it was like classified, and I got to go in the room with them. So I'm like, ooh, I got to see the pink paper. Y'all didn't see the pink paper, making them feel jealous of me.
Pink paper's for the special people. Special people get to see the pink paper. Right? I don't know about y'all.
They were like, you're the manager of the photocopy machine. I was like, okay. So then at the end of the internship now, and we have to do a presentation. And I, like you could tell, I like to talk. So I went there. I went to go speak now. And there's one girl who was making fun of me, kind of side comments the whole summer. She was like, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Do you know what you're going to say? I'm like, nah, but I just talk off the fly. So we go there, it's all the interns and the CEOs there, all these major hype people. And then I go there and I do my presentation. I don't remember what I said, I just off the top. After I'm done, the CEO was like, had I known your presentation was going to be that well, or that good, I would have recorded it and used it to recruit for next year.
Wow. You were shining. You was in there shining.
Thank you, Ray. So I go back. My manager is all like, yo, I don't know what you did, but I never got a call from the CEO. He wants to know who you are. So I really thought I was going to go work at Bechtel because they kept me on. I was the only intern that stayed on for the next semester.
Wow.
They were like, you want to just work part-time while you go back to school? And I was like, yes. I was the only I was the only intern that stayed on. So I'm still doing the same thing, printing, blah, blah, blah. I promise you, I'm bringing it back around.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So
you see the hearts coming. Right. They loving it. Y'all give me some hearts if you loving the story. Keep going.
So now I go back. So now it's October. We do the fall career fair, and every time it's career fair and I was just like, did I choose the wrong major? There's only one.
Right. They're popping. I see popping. Yeah.
Right. And they when you go ask them to apply, they said go apply online. I said, why are you in my school if you don't want me to apply in person?
Oh man, I hate that. So you see the hearts coming.
So now I go to the booth or whatnot. I talk to them. They tell me the same thing. And actually, I was in class and I was bored. I was falling asleep in class. I know it's not good, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to career. There's only an hour left. I might as well just go. I go get my resumes. I go, and then I talk to the one civil engineering company. They tell me to apply online. So now I see Microsoft, right? And I was just like, oh, cool. And then me and the recruiter make eye contact, and he was like, I was across the room, and he was like, hey, you, come here.
You had that it factor.
He was like, come here. I'm like, no. I said, come here. So I dragged my feet and I was just like, yes. He's like, you don't want to talk to me? I'm like, I'm a civil engineering major. What am I going to do with Microsoft?
Yeah, I'll mess with us.
Right? I know. I'm like, and they made us do, my friend told me, they made us do C++ in my engineering degree, and I was the first one complaining, why do we need to do C++?
This ain't got nothing to do with no beams or no concrete. What the world?
IBM, there's no IBM and C++.
Exactly.
I used to complain, and then the semester after they took it out of the curriculum, but I had to do it. So that's the only thing I did. And I almost had to do that twice. I barely passed that class. So I don't like coding. I don't like that. It's we do other things like coding. And then he said Microsoft hires diversity of mind, thinking. It's if you're an engineering major, regardless of what your major is, you are a critical thinker. I was like, oh yeah. He was like, yeah. He's like, we can hire jobs where you don't have to do the coding, but you can help advocate for the customer. So you get an example. It's like I'll give you an example. Let's say you had the print button.
Look at that. Look at God. Oh
coming
man,
back.
You're talking about y'all gotta give us some hearts for that full circle right there. Boom.
Full circle.
The connection.
I was like, a print button. He's like, yeah. So you would say that when the customer or the end user presses the print button, they should have an option to do this, this, that. It should look like this, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh yeah, the print button. Remember, this is the manager of the photocopy machine talking.
Exactly.
Oh, let me talk about the print button.
Yeah, I know.
I said, first of all, you need to have an option where you can right click and choose which printer you want.
Come on now, y'all give her that heart, man.
I'm talking about, is it going to be, is it 8x11? Is it the legal size paper? Is it A0? Is it A1? These are different printers.
Let me tell you about this pink. Let me tell you about this pink paper real quick. You know what a pink
paper, okay? I was like, and I broke it down because when you have one document, you want to press print, it's easy. However, when you are auditing an engineer who has thousands of documents, of the documents, it takes a while to double click and open every document. I'm not doing that for thousands of documents. However, there should be an option where I can right click to the printer and print.
Come on now, break it down, break it down.
He was like,
his mouth was probably wide open on that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I love it. You know, so like, I love it. I love it, man. I did that before too at a career fair one time. Like, a guy was asking me about like my background. He thought I was just throwing out buzzwords, and he happened to ask me a question about the thing I knew the most about. I'm talking about I did a research project and everything, and I was like, "Oh, how deep you want to go? Let's go." And let's start going all into the minute details. And you know, sometimes the recruiters don't even know as much as the technical person, and so they're like, "Okay, wow, I didn't even know all that." So I'm sure you left them very, very impressed from that experience.
Exactly. And man, I did a phone interview. I passed that. They flew me out to Charlotte. And I was like, no pressure. Because I was like, you know what? This ain't my field. So if I don't get the job, I don't get the job. I went there with myself. Like I said, I'm kind of hood a little bit. You can probably tell or whatnot. And I went in there. I used to have an eyebrow ring. I went there with my eyebrow ring in my eye. Because
Microsoft.
But like, no, let me tell you Microsoft. This is what the email said. It said, do not dress up if you don't want to. Come as you are. We want you for your brain, not the way you dress. So I was like, okay, are you sure?
Respect.
I am kind of,
I'm black.
So I did dress up. I was like, okay, you can't have an eyebrow ring and not dress up. So you guys, you still black girl. So I was dressed up, but I came with my eyebrow ring.
With that, all right. But and it worked out. It didn't. I mean, they were serious. They stood by. Come as you are. I guess is pretty much what they were saying. Mm-hmm. You decided you got assigned to Dallas, Texas. Mm-hmm. You didn't have any family there, I'm assuming, when you got there, right?
No.
Yeah. So, but you were, the stuff at your job. Like you were definitely in the right place. I guess the way that it all kind of worked out.
I think so. Like, I'm so grateful for them taking a chance. I always say that they took a chance on me. I was hired on potential, solely potential. The work that they were looking for, they said they were looking for problem-solving skills, technical skills, communication skills,
which you got,
interpersonal skills. They said out of those 4 things, we can teach you technical skills. We can't teach you to communicate. We can't teach you to be interpersonal. We can't teach you to problem solve. You understand?
Yeah.
So I was hired on full potential, and 8 years later, I'm still there. And I think it was like a blessing that I could not even have imagined or asked for.
Hey, y'all give her some hearts, give her some love. Give it up for Charmaine Christie-Primo. They can't teach Charmazing. They can't teach that. You know what I'm saying? They can't teach that. So I love it. Now, thank you so much, man, for that story and sharing us all that. And obviously what's just like oozing from you is just energy and personality, and you just have a fun aura about you, which brings me to the part of our title that's really intriguing, a lot of people are interested in, and that is you are also a stand-up comedian. This is a world that a lot of people like myself in STEM are like clueless about. I mean, I did do stand-up, by the way. I did do stand-up one time. I did that little stand-up event. Yeah. I killed, but we ain't got to get into all that. But
you better put that.
But it ain't about me right now. It ain't about me. I'm just interested, Charmaine. Like, tell me, how did you get into comedy? Like, obviously, you probably had this natural comedic personality, but give us the origin story of Charmaine the comedian after you just gave us the engineer side.
Right. So I would say this. I feel like I've always been a storyteller. Like, I feel like more than a comedian, I'm a storyteller. I tell my story there, but I've always been that person. In elementary school, Like, you know, Lorena can tell you, I've been friends with Lorena for years. Even, you know what I mean? Like, Mr. Brahim can tell you, like, these are my friends that know me. Like, every time something happened, I was good at like remembering. I have a good memory, so I remember it, and I always imitate people. So I was like, oh, y'all heard what happened at school today? Oh, and then I would be like, let me tell you. And she was in her face, and she said, no, you didn't. And she was like, oh no, and I used, you know what I mean? So I used to go back and forth to the point where people stopped telling the stories until they were like, oh, you hear what happened? Okay, wait till Charmaine, she'll tell you the story better than me. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then I was designated storyteller, and then I would just tell stories, and my friends would be like, yo, tell that story again, or do that again. So I would just repeat stories that happened, and I was in 8th grade. So like I was like, what, 14 years old? I used to be in like ROTC, which is like in Montreal we call it Army Cadets.
Okay.
So they in the US they call it ROTC.
Yeah,
so
they do.
Army Cadets, and you know it's all like about like being a soldier and all that, like being all serious. But like afterwards, we saw.
I can't even imagine you being serious though. I'm gonna be honest with you. But you were like straight face while you were in Army.
I was serious. I was about that. Like about, turn, left, right, left, right. I had all my knocks. Like, I am multifaceted.
I believe you. I'm just trying to picture it, but I feel you. I'm with you.
Right. So I'm in ROTC. So afterwards, we used to all hang out at this McDonald's, like by Atwater, mall, like Metro Mall in Montreal. So one day I was there and I was cutting up. I mean, like I was on a roll. Like, you're on a roll one day. You just like joke after joke. But I'm like 14, so my jokes are a little bit.
You got them going.
I'm a little person. I'm a little bit like, and I'm like for an hour. I mean, I was just on point that day. And after like an hour of me being on it, all I hear is Cadet Christie, and I'm like, oh shoot, one of my officers.
Ooh, they were there.
I was like, oh, yes, sir. And he was like, I've been behind you for a whole hour listening to you speak. And I was like, I'm sorry, I did not know you were there. Like, if I knew you were here, I wouldn't have been that disrespectful, I'm so sorry. He's like, I want to let you know that you are hilarious.
Oh, man, that's some movie stuff right there.
I know.
You are funny. Oh, man.
He's like, when you turn 18, I'm going to bring you to the comedy club on amateur night to go on stage because you need to go on stage because you are hilarious.
Wow.
I was like, okay, Officer Nugent. Like, I was like, okay. So that was like the first time I feel like it was like planted in my head, but then I never really did anything with it. You know what I mean? Kind of like, I'm like, I could do it maybe. And then like one of my best friends growing up, Tisha, she'd always be like, Charmaine, you can go on stage, you can do it. And then like I always felt like I wanted to, but I was always scared. So I feel like coming to Dallas was a blessing because I'm in a place where I don't know anyone. I don't have family here. I'm trying to
nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. So I started doing improv first. Because I wanted to, I'm still looking like this.
I know I can see you doing improv, definitely. Get into character, tell them the story. That's basically what you're doing. Yeah. Yes, and adding to the conversation.
Yes, and
I know about improv. You know what I'm saying? I did improv too. Yep.
Exactly. I see. Yeah. I'm like, we right here.
Cousins. We're cousins basically at this point.
Right. So I signed up to Dallas Comedy House. That's where I did my training, and I felt like it was so fun. And then I was like, I still want to do stand up. That's my first love. And then they had a class, so I did the first class. And I remember my teachers, Lauren and Paulos. They were like, Charmaine, like, you need this class? I was like, I think I got it, but like, I gotta make sure I got it. And they're like, nah, you better like still do this after this class. So I did my showcase, and it's one thing when your friends and family say that you're funny because like they know you and they're also like gonna support you. But when strangers tell you you're funny, that makes you feel like, oh, I'm funny for real.
I must be funny. Yeah.
I'm funny. You know what I mean? So after my showcase, like people I didn't know were coming up to me, and like it was like mostly like friends and family of my classmates. And then my friend was like, my grandma said you were the funniest one on stage. She liked you better than me. I was like, oh, thank you. And then ever since then, I just was like, all right, let me do this.
Yeah, let me keep doing it. Keep doing. Man, that's so awesome. Y'all give us some hearts, give us some love. Definitely, if you are new, just joining us, this is Charmaine Christie-Primo. Now, do you go by Charmaine on stage, or do you go by Charmaine? Like, what do you go by on stage?
I honestly I used to go by Charms, like my friends back home, or most people call me Charms. But I wanted to go by my real name, but it's long, so I'm trying to like because every time I go, I'm like I get booked for a show, I'm like, yeah, call me Charmaine Christie-Primo. They're like, that's too long. All right, Charms.
You're like, okay, I guess so. Here we go.
I was like, whatever. I was like, Charmaine, Charmazing, Charms, any of them. I'll answer to it.
Absolutely, man. Well, y'all make sure if y'all have a question for Charms, Charmaine Christie, aka Charmaine Christie-Primo, aka Charmazing on Instagram, Charmazing1. Make sure y'all drop a question. We may try to get to it later on. But tell me, Charmaine, really quick, like how do you deal with it all now? Like, are you still working as an engineer?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's talk about like time management. Like how are you getting shows, getting gigs, traveling, I'm assuming, and then also like give us an idea, at least pre-corona. Right. Or what your typical schedule look like?
Okay, so I guess I would have to probably go like pre-baby, because remember I was on maternity.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Shout out to Microsoft for giving me 6 months off after having a baby.
Wow, I love it. I love it.
It's not as good as Canada, because my Canadian friends are like, we get a year, but for America, that's real good. Okay.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. So before that, so I'm a field engineer. I'm a premier field engineer. I work on a software called SharePoint.
Okay.
A lot of people.
I know about SharePoint. We use SharePoint all the time at my firm. Literally, like we're turning into such SharePoint.
Cloud. Okay. Do you like it? Tell the truth. No.
I knew you was gonna ask me that. See, I was gonna try to keep it moving, but you had to ask me. You had to move it back. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was gonna keep it. I mean, you didn't have to ask that question. We'll just keep moving.
Okay, no, let me tell you why. Because every time I tell people I use SharePoint, I get 2 reactions. They say, oh, okay, what's that? Or, oh, you use SharePoint? I said, that's why I got a job, because y'all don't like it. I got to go fix it. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I got to be honest with you. Like, I personally don't have an issue with it, but I have to be honest, like, people they're we have, multi-generational. So there are people who are just adjusting to the cloud altogether, period. Right. Like I work with people who are used to putting stuff, who used to printing stuff out and turning it in hard copies. And some who are like, we remember this is put on the CD, And so really, I think it's just a whole push and switch to the cloud that a lot of people are uncomfortable with. But me being a millennial, I'm used to kind of stuff like that anyway. So
that's what I said. So I'm like, if you don't like it, it's okay. Y'all give me a job. That's why I'm trying to transition you to the cloud. I'm like, COVID-19 is probably gonna give me more work, because all these people said I would never go to the cloud. We're staying on premises. I want to control my servers. I want to touch it. Yeah. Don't you wish you had the cloud now?
Exactly. Hey, it's funny how that worked out. Yo, do you be doing that at work?
On mute. I'd be like, bloop, bloop, bloop. I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, sorry, okay.
Oh my goodness, you're hilarious. Man, all right, so cool. Back to the comedy though. Like, all right, pre-baby, pre-coronavirus, COVID-19. Yeah. Give us an idea of what a career as a comedian and an engineer looked like practically speaking, time-wise.
So it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, like I wasn't working like over, like I probably do like maybe 1 show a month, but when I first started doing it, I would go to open mic like 3-4 times a week, and I would probably slow that down, and then I was probably booking like 1 show a month. Mostly like bar shows, because when you're like, I would say like an up and coming comedian, it's not really easy to get into like the main comedy clubs. Like, so in Dallas there's 2 improvs. There's one in like the Addison area and Arlington area, but I've done shows there, but they wouldn't be on the weekend, you know what I mean? Like a Thursday night or Wednesday night show, right? And if not on the weekend, I would do like bar shows and stuff like that. But I'm just like, I love to be on stage. I get to really be me on stage. Like, I my most authentic self, because code switching, covering, whatever they want to call it. Like at work, I'm like this, but a little bit toned down. Like
toned down, but on stage, you're like, yo, this is me. This is me.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I gotta ask you the typical comedian question though. Like, have you ever bombed on stage and everybody you got crickets and people are like, yo, what's going on? Has that ever happened to you?
Not yet.
Yeah, I mean, okay, hey, we're gonna say that it won't happen anytime soon as well. There you go. So your energy just naturally kind of keeps you going, and it's infectious, I guess. You pour it out to the audience as you're doing to us right here on live, and we're loving it.
So like I like there's a difference between like I never had like a whole bombing like set, but I've had a joke or two bombed. Especially at open mic, but open mic it doesn't really matter to me because I'm like testing out my jokes.
That's it now, yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've had like, oh, this joke's gonna kill. It kills all the time, and I'd be like, damn. And then people are just like, you don't get it? Okay. So like, this is like one of my favorite jokes. So this is a STEM joke. So it's like,
give us a STEM joke. Y'all want a STEM joke? We ready for this one?
So like, I basically do this joke where I talk about like, I had low self-esteem and becoming an engineer, like it really helps me because there's no women at my job. It's like, oh man. So like on a regular hot scale, it could be a 5, but like at work, I'm like 105. You know what I mean? And then, right? So then I go on to have this one friend though, like she's really ugly and she's like really conceited. Like, you know that type? Like she's an ugly girl with pretty girl confidence. Like,
man.
Like, I mean, like, on a regular high scale, she's a 2, okay? The IT high scale, she's a 10.
Oh, man.
But they're binary numbers, so she's still a 2.
Boom. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all get that?
Y'all got that.
Binary numbers. It's a 1 and a 0. Oh, my. That was good. That's good. You know, I had to throw it out there because some people didn't catch it so fast. So I had to make sure I explained it a little bit. But do people get it?
Still a 2, right?
Do people get it? Do people get it though? Like when you tell that?
But I'm telling you, so that joke, like sometimes, like that joke, like it will usually kill sometimes, but by the time that joke bomb, and I'm just like, they're like, I don't get it. Like what's binary? I'm just like, it's 1 and a 0. It's like still a 2. So she was a 2. Yeah. So then this so this is how so you see this is what happens when you bomb a joke, you get it, you make it a little bit better. So then I added to it, right? And I was like, this is so dumb. She's like, I'm still a 10. I'm still a 10. Like maybe on a pH scale, cause that's basic.
That's basic.
Cause you basic, you get it? She a basic bitch.
You a 10 on a pH scale. It's basic. I love it. I love it. Yo, you know what's so crazy? You know what's so crazy? I just realized it's like what you talking about it. Like when you're a comedian, you're on stage, because like the audience is such a variable. Like you may have audience that laugh a lot one night, they laugh okay, not laugh a lot. It's like your brain is going through a whole algorithm, like an if-then kind of scenario. Like, hey, if they laugh here, then I can pause longer, then I just don't have to follow up. Or if they don't laugh, then I'm gonna hit them back with this, and I'll do the whole, let me break it down for you. Yo, that's pretty dope when you think about it. Your brain is like actively in algorithm mode while you're a comedian.
Oh my God, you summed it up perfectly. I tell people all the time. I say, because a lot of times people are like, you a comedian? You ain't even that funny though. I'm funnier than you. I can do it. And I'm you can't. Like I think a lot of people can be comedians. I think in my family, I probably feel like I'm the least funny. Like my brother is hilarious. My cousins, my mother, like I'm probably the least funny in my family. But it's still like there's like a art/science to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no doubt.
If it's a if-else loop, where my
oh, come on. Yeah. I need some flames. I need to put you some flames on the emojis for that, man. That was good. That was good. That was good right there, Charmaine. Listen, y'all, if you are just joining us, this is Charmaine Christie-Primo, a.k.a. Charms, a.k.a. Charmazing One, the engineer / comedian and / brand new mother, as we saw at the beginning of this live episode where you had a little DJ on your lap. Man, how has becoming a mother changed your life, and what are some of the things that are like standing out to you? I'm sure it's giving you more material for your acts. So talk to us about that.
Oh my God, like it's such a blessing. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like becoming a mother, I appreciate my mother more. Like I'm like, I'm so sorry for some of the things I've done. Oh man. I was a rebellious teenager, but I think I came out okay. So I hope that my son does as well. And I just look at him and I just have pure joy. So my son's name is Dakari Jace.
Okay.
So Dakari actually is an African name. It's a Zimbabwean name. It means happiness and joy. Like that's what his name literally means. And I swear to God, he's like the happiest baby.
I love it. I love
pure joy.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Like it's like I'm like, oh my God, what was I before? I can't believe I life without him.
Man, it is funny like that too, because I have 2 daughters, and I tell my wife all the time, it's almost like you can't imagine now when they weren't there, because their personalities, who they are as a person. Even though you had this whole life, right? You can remember like stuff you were doing, but you can't unknow your child now. Like they will always be a part of you from this point forward.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So has that like I guess because I understand. I mean, I don't understand fully, obviously, and I have physically carrying a child myself. But I know that there's a lot of changes just as a person that you go through, and like as a comedian, like people come to you like, yo, be funny, be yourself. But then you're like, no, not today, man. This baby is like hurt my back, whatever the case may be. You had days like that where people are like, yo, be funny, be funny. You're like, Can be funny.
I was just like, no, I ain't got no sleep. I was just like, I need some new breasts because this baby is still breastfeeding. Like, not today. I was like, yeah, it's a lot.
I hear you. I hear you, man. I salute to you. Salute to all you're doing, all you have done. I can't even imagine. And speaking of all the stuff that you're doing, you are also a co-host of the show that I tried my best for now. I'm gonna try it real quick. Y'all, she's a co-host of a show. It is Ndepe Diaspora.
Okay, so the funniest thing, I don't pronounce it well either.
Okay.
I don't know if
I tried.
So like again, so I'm on the show. It's called, I think it's the N is silent, so it's DP Diaspora.
Diaspora. Okay, cool. Yes. I figured it was silent in there. Is it what language is that?
So it's Shona, which is the language of Zimbabwe.
Okay, got you. And your co-hosts are all of you all are children of immigrants. Is that correct?
They're all born in Zimbabwe.
Okay, so they were actually born in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, they were actually born in Zimbabwe.
Wow.
When she was really, really young, but the other ones that came up when they were like older. And, I'm Canadian. My parents.
Guyanese Canadian American.
Guyanese Canadian. Yeah.
Hey, I love it. Y'all gotta check this show out. Tell us a little bit about it. What will people find if they go and check it out on YouTube and other platforms?
Yeah, so DP Diaspora, it means what's up in the diaspora, right? So that's what the it means, like, right? So it's really, like I said, there's 3 Zimbabwean girls and there's me on there, and we just kind of talk about how it is like living in the diaspora, right? So like being like either immigrants or parents or first generation born, how is it here? And like, because even though like again, like I'm Canadian, like I'm still culturally Guyanese. My mother raised me
right.
Accent, like I know like the values or like the culture that what I mean, like how she was raised, that's how I was raised. So it's just kind of talking about like the differences, like cultural differences and how we like blend in and things of that nature. So it's just, we're on like a round table. We just like to discuss those topics as well as what's topical, what's going on in the news, and we'll interview people mostly local to the Dallas area where we live and try to, spotlight and give people a platform to discuss the great things that they're doing as immigrants also.
Yes, that's good. And for those who watch it, in case you're wondering, I saw a couple episodes, Charmaine. Yes, there's the same amount of energy that she has right now on that show, but she also has co-hosts, so it's even more goodness there. So I love it. And you all have, well, I understand that when you came on, the show was existing before you became a host, right? Like you came on board recently.
Yeah.
2 years ago?
So they had season 1, and I came on season 2.
Season 2, yeah. Okay, got you. And now, as it was originally on Roundtable, you all are kind of operating also from like a virtual standpoint.
Yeah.
How's that been? Yeah.
So that's cool. So right now we're doing we're calling it like quarantine in the diaspora. So it's like,
okay.
So we're doing like, I'm like, I don't know if I should say the platform because it's like rivaling my company, but we're doing like online.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
Right?
You know,
shout out to Microsoft Teams. So we're doing an online video chat in order to still kind of talk and give people just letting them know what's going on with us as well as what's going on with other people. So in the last episode that just got released this week, we had a Dr. Mona. She's also Zimbabwean. She's in Brooklyn. She's in Brooklyn Hospital, and she's she's an ER doctor. So she's in the midst of COVID-19. Yeah. So we have her on there, and she was explaining the virus. She's actually a COVID-19 survivor. So she kind of got the virus and she got better. So,
wow. And she's still working with people who have the virus.
Back to work on the front line.
Shout out to her.
That's what I
Frontline workers, all of our frontline workers. Shout out to them. Shout out to people if you're watching this now and you happen to be connected. Shout out to you. Man, that's a great guest. I actually might have to go watch that. I saw that episode. I looked at some of the older ones, but I might have to check that one out as well. Yeah. That is really, really interesting. And you're on there, so you're a star engineer. You're definitely not the stereotype, right? And that's what we're all about. We're not trying to push stereotype, which is fine if you fit in the traditional mold, but ultimately we're trying to show that there's a place for all different types of people in the STEM community. Not only that, right, but you could be an engineer in just one phase of your career. You could do things and contribute as you are, but also you can have other dreams and aspirations even beyond a career in STEM. And so that's what I'm curious about for you, Charmaine. What are your ultimate dreams? Do you see yourself at some point being on the big screen, or what are your big hairy audacious goals as it relates to being a comedian or
sorry, y'all.
We'll let it go soon.
No.
Okay.
He's bad. It's okay. He's fine.
Okay,
he just saw me and then sorry.
Got you.
So like I said, it's so funny that you say that. Honestly, if I could have anything, I would love to be an actress, or I would like to do stand-up comedy full time. I would like to be a writer. I would like to write funny scripts. I really think that in Hollywood, I don't see much Caribbean stories, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know we're starting to see some African stories now, some other cultures, but I'm a Caribbean girl, so I would like to see first generation Caribbean stories.
There we go.
I write my own story and star in it so that I hopefully can be relatable to the other Caribbean people out there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I'm just really want to be able to use my life story and make a platform to do bigger things. I want to write a book one day. All of that.
Yeah. No, I love it. You definitely have the juice. You know what I mean? You got what it takes to make it happen. You have the talent. You have the charisma. How can we, both who are watching this, and it's been great, this is really chatting with you, but people who are watching this who want to continue to follow you on that journey, which is without a doubt going to get higher and higher. What would you like to tell us? How can we keep up with you? And what kind of things would you like to plug about coming down the pipe?
All right. Well, this was fun. Thank you so much. I just follow me on Instagram. I need to be more active. So this is going to be my catalyst to go further. So follow me on Instagram, Charmazing _1. I got a TikTok. I didn't make a video yet, but I'm going to start.
Oh, you about to be, we got to follow you on TikTok. I can just feel that's going to be some good content.
So TikTok, someone stole my handle, so I had to change it a little bit. So it's Charmazing.1.
Okay.
So follow me there. You can follow me on Facebook as well, Charmaine Comedy.
Okay.
And just look out for more things.
The tour, are you gonna go on a tour when things kind of get a little more stable? You think you can see yourself going on a tour or anything like that? It's coming to a city near us.
I know. I was maybe I'm hoping. I don't have anything because everything that was booked kind of got canceled right now.
Yeah.
If you're local to Dallas, you can always figure that out. But whenever I travel for work, I always find a comedy club and go there too. So
I love it. That's dope. That's dope. No, that's really dope. I really like that. Yeah. Well, y'all give her some love, man. Give her some hearts. Man, this is going faster than almost any other interview I've ever done, man. Because it's an hour and Instagram, give us that heart stop. But before we say goodbye, Charmaine, I do want you to like take a moment and give us some parting words of wisdom. It could be a lesson that you've learned from any part of your journey, regardless of what phase. What would you like to leave us with, before we say goodbye?
Oh my God, so many things. Honestly, I'm really on this journey of like being my authentic self. And I just want people to know, like, no matter what it is about you that people might like, say, like, just being you is enough, right? Right. So just if you are loud, be loud. Like, I'm loud. I'm sorry, I'm loud, but I'm also other things too. So I just want everyone to just know that you're enough, be you, and because everyone else is already taken. So just really embrace who you truly are. And you're allowed to reinvent yourself along the way, but just stay true to who you are. And the people that are supposed to be in your life and supposed to connect to you will find you. And there's no need to be anybody else.
That's good, man. Y'all give her some applause. Give her some hearts, right hearts. If you've enjoyed this, y'all make sure y'all put a C in the comments. Give me the letter C in the comments for Charmaine. If y'all have enjoyed this, it's a little latency. We're gonna let that latency catch up. But Charmaine, let me tell you something. I obviously followed you for a little while, and we actually reached out even before the baby was like, yo, let's do this. And I'm so glad we finally got to make this happen, because I am so like impressed and inspired by you, because you are a person who has this strong interest and gift outside of being an engineer. You're successful. You're doing your thing in the field of engineering, but you're also doing your thing in the field of comedy. And that inspires me with STEMedia. So if there's ever anything I can do to support you, STEMedia can do to support you, just know that we support you. We affirm who you are, as you just shared. And you look forward to seeing you at the top. Definitely.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be on your platform. Thank you so much. Shout out to everyone. I'll follow you back if you follow me.
Yeah, go follow her, y'all. You see all the C's. Y'all make sure you go up here in the corner, Charmaine. If they on their screen, they should be able to see your handle too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
One. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah. So we gotta see. So Charmaine, thank you so much. We gotta do this again. I know you got tons more stories that we can talk about too.
Thank you so much, Doctor. I'm gonna call you Doctor because
Oh, hey man, you ain't got to. You can call me whatever, Dr. Nee, whatever. You know what I mean? All right. Well, much love, DJ, to the family. Everybody say what up. Much love. You have a great week.
All right.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Donald, for watching the baby.
Yeah, thank you, Donald. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Bye.
All right. Take care. Have a good week.
Bye.
Bye. Yo, thank y'all for hanging out with us. If you are on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe. If you're